What's up, guys? I'm here with Joel Turner up here at Restaurant Rumble. We're going to talk about like holding your shot low, because I've been kind of going constantly low. I move my sight and I'm still hitting low. And it's not really good to adjust for your sight hitting low. So Joel Turner's going to give me some tips on how to not hold low on your shot. So here we go.
All right. So when you draw, just so people understand what we're talking about. So when you draw your bow back and you get in your peep sight, your pin falls off the target and stays off the target, right?
Yeah, it's like right below the yellow.
So it's right below the yellow. And then, so what do you do right now in your shot? Like, what do you do?
I just try to lift up and then I kind of fall back out.
Okay, and what release are you shooting?
The stance, tension, back tension.
Okay, so you're shooting a tension activated release. So you draw back and you got the safety on, right?
Yes, sir.
And when do you take the safety off?
When I get back and I've got everything where I want to be, down the lake, that's when I start pulling.
But, so have you already aimed and then you take the safety off?
No, I aim when I get back, get everywhere I want to let go, then I start.
Okay, so therein lies the problem. When you're shooting, especially a tension activated release or any release aid, you do not activate the release, meaning you don't even put your thumb on the button, or with this particular release, you don't take your thumb off the safety until after you've aimed. Okay? Because as long as the safety is on, you'll find it very easy to aim. Because there's no anxiety with it, because it doesn't equal a shot anymore. Right? So the reason people hold low is because you holding in the center of the target equals an explosion. It equals the bow going off. Because when you first started shooting a bow, you would draw back, and what release did you start with?
Like a trigger.
Index finger trigger, right?
Yes, sir.
So you would draw your bow back and you'd put your finger on the trigger, and then when your sight got in the middle, you'd press the trigger, right? Sounds simple, but that's what starts us down the path of using the sight picture as the stimulus for the shot. And so then that gets faster and faster and faster. And then you shoot as soon as your pin gets there, and then your mind holds you off the center, because it knows as long as you're off the center, you'll be calm. Okay? So that's why it happens, and it happens to most archers. Like, I used to have to hold like 5 feet off a target. It was horrible. Like you say, you're aiming at the bottom of the gold. Brother, I was 5 feet over the top, and then I would dump it and punch the trigger all at once, right? So you're not near as bad as I was. So, but the way to break that is you aim first. Like, the first step in your shot is to draw back and aim. Get that pin in the middle, and then just watch it dance, right? You don't have any control over it anymore anyways.
Yes, sir.
And then you take your thumb off the safety. Okay, now let's say that what happens with a lot of people is you draw back and aim, you're like, okay, good, got it in the middle, and then you take your thumb off the safety, and the pin falls off. This is a very critical moment for all you folks listening. It's a very critical moment. That is when you would put the safety back on and fix the aim. Don't let it down, right? So you put safety back on, fix the aim, safety off again. If it falls off again, cool, no problem. Safety on, fix the aim. Then safety off, and it will stay there. You might have to do it 3 or 4 times in one shot, okay? But when you take the safety off and it's still there, you're like, okay, cool. Then you make a decision like, here I go. Or you say something like, whatever you would say to jump off a cliff into water, right? A lot of people say, here I go, okay? So your steps now are draw back and aim, got it. And you can say that in your head, say got it, to like separate from it, okay? So draw back and aim, got it, safety's off. And that's when you take your thumb off that safety and actually say that, okay? Safety's off. Here I go. All right, now I'm gonna start my pull. Easy now, pull. And if any time in there the pin falls off and locks off, safety back on, fix the aim, start it all over again.
Yes, sir.
Because what's happening right now is your pin falls off and you continue to shoot, right? So every time you do that, it makes it worse because you're not fighting it,
Yes,
right? So now what I want you to do is fight it. And you only got to do is like 1, maybe 2 shots where you're like, oh, you fell off again. Put it back up there. Safety back on. Put it back up there.
Yes, sir.
Safety off. And like I said, you might have to do it 3 or 4 times in one shot, but you got to treat it like you're not allowed to shoot without the pin in the middle. And when I say in the middle, I mean dance in the middle. I don't mean like rock solid in the middle. I mean it's just dance in there, not locked off. Right?
Yeah.
So there's 4 jobs in your shot. Number 1 is draw back and aim.
Yes, sir.
Number 2 is take the safety off. Number 3 is here I go. Number 4, you talk yourself through the pressure increase on the trigger. So whether that's tension activated or index finger or thumb butt, it doesn't matter. You don't even put your finger on the trigger until after the aim is done. Okay? And it can be done quickly, right? Draw back, get that thing stuck in the middle. Okay, cool, done with it. Then you can take the safety off, or that's when you put your thumb on the button if you're shooting that type of release. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother, you got some homework to do.
Okay.
All right, my man.
Thank you.
You bet.
So.